All right, welcome to Friday at the Firm. Friday afternoon.
Did you almost say drunken?
Well, yeah. So the gang's all here, right? This is all the partners that are here, and our office managers back there keeping us all under control, which is tough to do sometimes. But this is Friday afternoon. Don't send us emails or call Whitney and say, "What are these guys drinking?" No, we only do it on late Friday afternoons when none of us have any meeting. As a matter of fact, this guy right here had a meeting earlier. That's why he wasn't here on the first one.
Yeah.
And so we had that client meeting. It was actually a video meeting or whatever. And then now he's got a clean slate like the three of us do, so he joined us. So anyway, that's the only time we ever do is Friday afternoon. But we also have another podcast that we do on Monday afternoons. That is called The Money Puzzle. Make sure you check that out. Go to our website. I think Miss Producer's going to, and maybe post-editing or something, she'll throw that up there and let you know the website. Go check it out where we actually talk about financial-related stuff. But on Friday afternoons, we kind of kick all that to the curb, and we actually partake in a few adult beverages. So this week is just a continuation from last week where we talked about Old Forester and their Whiskey Roast series, which is fairly new, right?
It's been out for a few years, but it's not too old.
Yeah, but it's not like it hadn't been out 30 years.
No.
Yeah, it's a couple years. So anyway, why don't you talk about the series?
Okay, so the Whiskey Roast series, Old Forester originally started on what we call Whiskey Row, which is Main Street, downtown Louisville. They moved back down there several years ago, and this series was just designed to celebrate that. Yeah. But I thought it was a neat thing to do because we've done some more expensive bourbons on the show. We've done a couple of things that kind of lean towards unicorn, hard to find. There are technically only 4 in this series, although there's a 5th one that kind of gets included. These are easy to find, at least here in the Louisville area. There's no liquor store that doesn't have them. The most expensive one of the group is around $60. Most of them are in the 40, low 50s. So affordable, easy to find, and so far so good because the first one was surprisingly good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now, do you drink? Are you? I know, Eric. We talked about last week. You've had some OFO. You've had the 1910.
I've not had this one. I had the 1910.
That's
of course,
right.
last week we did the 1870, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had this before. I'm a big old fan.
Big fan?
Big fan of it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's my go-to bourbon. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
I mean, I just like the regular Old Foe too. Just
the 86 proof regular. Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Cool.
good.
All right, well, everybody want to try it? See what you think about it? It still has that same smell, and I don't know what that smell is, but I did not mean last week to say that it smelled like wallpaper. That's not exactly what I meant, but it's not a bad smell. It's just a smell that I've smelt this before, and it's more of like a, I don't know. It's not like an industrial chemical smell or anything like that. It's just, it has a smell that I've smelled before, and for whatever reason, wallpaper popped in my head. But not to say that it certainly doesn't taste like it. That's for sure. Okay, what do you guys think?
It's good.
I think it tastes just like that 1870 did last week, so I think this probably is the same mash bill, but this one has a little bit of burn to it. And I like that. I got a little bit of burn up through the nose. This is a good bourbon, really good bourbon.
It's good. I don't like it as much.
Really?
It's more burn, less flavor.
Yeah.
I
would agree. But I to each his own, I actually like that a little bit more.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's got more burn than a lot of them, but I like it. It's still pretty smooth.
So how would you look at this compared to your normal Old Foe that you drink all the time? Like compare the two.
Well, this is a little hotter than that one is.
Okay.
That one goes down pretty, and I'm so used to drinking that one too that it's not. I mean, I hate saying it like that, but
it always manages to come out.
He doesn't drink every night, so that's another disclaimer there.
But that one is pretty smooth to me.
Yeah.
A little lighter, but this is just a little more. It's got some flavor to it, but it's a little hotter.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so remember this is the bottled in bond one, which means all bottled in bond is 100 proof. So the one that we did last week was 90, the 1890, or excuse me, the 1870. That's 90 proof. The regular Old Forester I think is 86. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, there definitely is going to be a little bit hotter. I like the burn more. It was more pleasant to me.
You like it? The hotter the better.
No, not totally, but I do like hotter. Yeah.
Yeah, this one This one, the burn is like sitting on my tongue a little bit.
It's not down my throat. It's all.
No.
Yeah.
It's all up in the nose.
It's right. I mean, it's just still like I've had a sip and it's still sitting on my tongue, whereas the last one, not at all.
Try it with the cube.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do need to
absolutely.
do that.
I suspect this will be one where you cut it a little bit. I'll probably like it a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I can see that.
I may actually have to get me a little bit more just to have the
Yeah. So if you're just kind of tuning in, you're just watching this show, just go back and watch the other shows. We got, if you go to Miss Producer, will probably put this in there in post editing or right now. But just make sure you go check it out because we've
There
done
you go.
probably
Get you
I don't
some
know,
more.
40 or 50 of these, and
much
they've been all over the board.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is, I like the way I've seen some other bourbon reviews, and they're all good. So make sure you check them all out because we kind of all give different outlooks or whatever you want to call it on our own opinions on the bourbons. But just make sure you check them out because we've done like 40 or so. We're still at some point we will put together kind of a spreadsheet type format of all the bourbons we've done and how we rated them.
It'll eventually happen.
It'll eventually. I was sitting at home and I'm like, I'm going to do it this weekend. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, kids are yelling. I'm like, all right, I'm not getting to it this weekend. But anyway, we will get to it. But it could be pretty interesting because we've all given different ratings.
Yeah.
For some of the bourbons, and in fact, some of them we've had a few where I've not liked it and Chris has loved it, or
Yeah.
Chris has not liked it and I loved it, and the same for all of us. So you get such a wide variety. That's kind of the cool part about it. All right, after it's watered down, what do you guys think?
A little bit better watered down,
I would agree.
but
It definitely cuts out the burn a little bit, for
a
sure.
little bit. But it still doesn't have much of a flavor. I'm going back to that 1870. I like that better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After it's watered down a little bit, it really killed the flavor.
Yeah.
It toned the burn down a little bit, not a lot, but it really killed the flavor. I like this so much better neat than I did with watered down. Yeah, we did the 1870. I liked it both neat and watered down a little bit. I just liked it better neat. This one, I actually don't care for this watered down. I liked it neat. It was really good.
I can do either way.
I'm the same way.
Yep, I'm either way. It took a little bit of the burn off. It did take slight. I do taste it. A little bit of the flavoring is going now. But this is still something that if I was somewhere and somebody had a big block of ice and I poured it over there, I could do that.
100%, yeah.
I could do that easily. And again, we talk about putting ice in chilling it out. You can put cold stones or cold stone blocks in there.
Yeah.
You can also just put chunks of ice like we've got. But it's better if you put it over a big block of ice because it doesn't melt as fast, so it kind of chills it.
Yep.
It doesn't water it down as much. And so we have some of those. We just don't. I guess we just don't use them.
They're a
here.
pain to get them out.
They're a pain. But when you go into if you go somewhere to a nice restaurant and you ask for a bourbon over rocks, they're now from what I see, that's what they're giving you is the big block of ice.
Big
They're not
blocks
giving
or
you-
the spheres, one or the other.
yeah. They're just not giving you. Yeah, I say blocks.
You
yeah,
can
big
get
chunks of
those.
ice.
You can get those little molds to
Yeah.
make those in your own freezer.
We've got a couple of them in the freezer in the
Yeah.
back. I don't
Yeah.
even know how long they've been there.
Well, I bought some of them, so they.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
It is
Why don't they
ice.
do
I'm
this?
not quite sure ice goes bad.
I probably would dump that out and redo.
Yeah, let's start over.
Let's get some new ones. This don't tell how long they've been sitting in there. But anyway, all right. Anybody want to give your rating?
And I would ask when you give your rating, compare this to the 1870 that we did last week too. So and maybe do those as we go through the series. And I'll start off and I'll say neat. I like this better. Watered down. I like the 1870 better. I'll give this a 7 because of the price point. Because this is about $50.
Yeah.
But I'm actually wanting to go back and try the 1870 again.
Yeah. Well, you'll have some time as soon as we get finished up here.
We
Because
can do it.
You're
Yeah, I can do
going
it.
to work an event tonight, so you'll probably need to have a few. But anyway, so I'll go. I'm going to go 8. I like both of them. This one's a little bit more tough to drink, but I still like it. It's not so tough that I wouldn't drink it. It's just a little bit more bite. But I actually like this one with a piece of ice in it. And so I just know that if I wanted 1897, I would probably pour it over ice as opposed to drinking it 8. But I'd still say 8. I think it's for the price point and the flavoring of it, and the fact that it's got a little bit of a sweet taste to it is a little bit unique. And so I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna go 8 again.
I'll go 7.5 on it. Right in the middle of both.
Just gotta split it.
I didn't have I've not had the one you guys tasted last week, so that's one that I may.
We're going to make those arrangements.
Yeah, I think I might have to taste that, so I can't compare them yet. That is one of them that I have not had, so looking forward to it. But 7.5 on this one.
For anyone that knows me, might be surprised by this, but I'm a bit of a contrarian, so
No.
I'm gonna say 5.
Wow.
I mean, I'll drink it. It's okay, but when you compare it to last week's to the 18, I like the 1870 just a lot better.
Which is interesting because you're kind of like I am. You like the higher proofs a whole lot better.
I like it all.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Fairness.
You do tend to like the higher proofs.
I don't mind the higher proofs like
Right.
some people do. So I have no problem with the higher proofs. This just ain't doing it for me. I just don't.
Fair enough.
I got the burn, but I didn't get much flavor with it. You throw the ice in,
Killed the flavor.
you killed the flavor. You killed both. You killed the burn
Yeah.
and the flavor. It's okay. But if this is right next to 1870 on a shelf, I'm gonna go 1870 all day.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's awesome. All right, that's it for another week. This is Old Forester. We're doing the Whiskey Row series, which I think we have the 1910 and the 1920 next week. Or the next time.
The next 2 times will be the 1910 and the 1920, and then I think we'll do the Statesman as well.
Yep.
And we talked about that. That's technically not part of the series, but I've never seen these bottles in a liquor store where they don't put the Statesman right in the middle.
Right with it.
So
Okay.
it's almost from a marketing point of view, we have to do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see that. We'll do those the next couple of weeks. But anyway, that's it for another week. Just make sure you tune in each and every week. Where we're testing bourbons and having a little fun. And we also have a weekly podcast that comes out usually Wednesday or so, something like that, Miss Producer. Wednesday-ish. But anyway, that's more financially related. It's called The Money Puzzle. You can check that out. Miss Producer is going to put up there on the screen where you can see that. You can also go to YouTube and just Google The Money Puzzle. I think we're the kind of the first one that pops up there. But you'll see one of our faces on there. So if you see it, then that's us. We also have a TV show that comes out every week called The Money Puzzle. It comes on our WHAS ABC affiliate, Channel 11. Probably did that all backwards, but anyway, you
Close
get my
enough.
point. Yeah, you get my point. That comes on every Saturday morning at 10:30. So make sure you check that out. If you want to watch any of the other series, just go to our website and go to podcasts, and you'll pull up our podcast page, and you can see all of our old shows. But anyway, we have a new show that comes out probably
On the 11th.
On this coming weekend. When you're seeing this, it'll still be a new show. So make sure you tune that out. Chris and I went out and did those, and then I believe the next time we go out, these two guys are going out to do the show. So anyway, that's it for another week. I'll let Eric sign us off for this week.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening on whatever respective devices or channels you're watching on. If any of our content is relevant to anyone else that you may know, please feel free to share, whether that's via email, social, or anything else that's accommodating to you. We really appreciate it, and until next time.